Hello there. I'm glad that someone's excited for Legos as much as I am. Thanks, Dan. Uh, hey, and I start my stream at 8. So that's when the intro music starts and everything. So technically, it starts. So no, it's not past 8. I started at 8. So that doesn't mean that I've started building Legos at 8. It's started at 8. So anyway, welcome. Hello there. Glad that you can make it to the show today. This is JonnyBuilds. Welcome. I am your host, of course, Johnny. Well, if you want your minute back, I don't know what to tell you. Someone in government must have it. So I know, right? Versus at least. At least Dan wasn't on to get on my case a couple weeks ago, because there was some bad storms going on that were making it just awful. And I think I was like 5 minutes late. Yeah. So anyway, as you can see, we have gotten halfway through Optimus Prime, halfway through the build, through bag 5. You're right. No politics. That's right. Now, I've been going through a couple videos that I've seen other people put on that were talking about some specific things about this build that I'm not 100% sure about. One thing they talk about is the leg things are actually backwards. They should be flipped over. Another thing they talk about is there's this here, these little wing pieces that prevent the legs from going all the way back, and they run into things, and there are ways to alter that. That's stuff I'm going to experiment with later. I'm just going to do the build as it is right now, and I'll go from there and see if there's anything that, I'm going to play with or whatever. They even have like changes to the head to make it look more realistic, or what. I don't know. People get all irritated and stuff that is not perfect. And from what I can see, it's perfect enough as it is. So, right. So, I am going to get started. So here we go with our countdown: 3, 2, 1. On to bag 6. All right. So, of course, bag 6 is going to be in our box. Look at that. Perfect. All right. So far, bag 5 is the only one that has had multiple bags. Everything else has had the same number, so which, hey, pretty cool. So let's roll him out of the way a little bit. And if you have an angle grinder for me, that would help out. That would be appreciated. You can do that. That'd be a nice donation. So how's everyone's night doing? I see Versus in there, I see UR, I see Dan. What's going on with you guys tonight? Looks like we're going to be working on the feet, which is going to allow him to stand properly, which is why I have him in truck mode right now, because right now he will not stand. I mean, he will, but it's kind of awkward, so. And I'm opening it from the wrong side. There we go. How's Oliver doing, Dan? Always an important topic of conversation. How's he doing today? Yeah, I haven't eaten anything either. Been a busy day. Random YouTube videos. What is the oh, that's great. That is fantastic news that he's off the O2. That is fantastic. Versus, what is, let's see. Oh, we do this 2 times, so I'm going to do 2 feet at once. What was the most interesting random YouTube video you saw? Let me shove these out of the way. Put those there. These are going to be interesting. There we go. 1x1s are really not the easiest to be able to put things onto. I'm going to snap them on and make sure they're straight. Right, up and more. Sheesh, more 1x1s. Not a fun start to the night. This is actually a little bit easier though. Here. What, you forgot? They were so random you forgot already which ones you saw, huh? Nothing stuck out to you, I guess. Right. These little ones are just a pain. Alright, so a couple little shafts here. There we go. Pardon my cough that I will for sure do sometime. I have water to drink. Had an interesting week last week with some heat exhaustion and some other stuff, all kind of piling on top of each other. So, but the show must go on. Legos must continue. Okay. Interesting how these go together. I always say that about stuff like this, but it is neat. Oh, yeah. I like old David Letterman clips, especially when he first started. Good stuff to watch. Back whenever things had to be very creative, like they didn't have graphics to go by and things like that all that much. Halloween costumes. I've got a few of those. Now this is an interesting, I've never seen anything like this. It's just like, it's like a little plug that goes in the end here. Like a rubber bumper. That's just cool. I've never seen anything like that before in a Lego set. Yeah, my cat's running around like mad outside my room. So I guess that's going to be used to bump against something. Would make sense, wouldn't it? There we go. Interesting. Alright. So we got 2 of these each, so I'm going to build each one at a time. That goes halfway, it looks like, because then this comes and joins in with it. Yeah, okay. Well, that's interesting. I never knew they were slightly different. How they look. Which one goes which side? Let's go this way. Old Price is Right. Jeez. That was like Bob Barker territory, huh? You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. It is interesting. I think old TV is really neat, simply because they had to be so creative in order to make things happen the way, well, they wanted to. So, I mean, they didn't have the graphics, they didn't have even the audiences necessarily to do the stuff, so they had to be creative. 60s and 70s, now you're talking like, you're looking at things like MASH and stuff like that. There we go. How's the stream quality, by the way? Have to ask because YouTube always yells at me. Right. No, no. I understand. I was just being silly. But have to ask. YouTube yells at me. Looks good? Okay. As long as you see the quality is good, then I ignore what YouTube says because, well, they're a bunch of fuddy-duddies. Of course, and now the warning just suddenly completely went away. It was like, oh, hey, everything is fine. And it's weird how it does that. Dan, you just suck. That's all there is to it. I know. I shouldn't say that. But you're a Canadian, so... Canadians, well, they're just special. Alright. So now we gotta do that exact same thing we did on the opposite side. So these little 1x1s again. Going on a little bit nicer this time. I also saw some interesting things when I was looking at the videos of Optimus Prime. One of the things they talked about was that whenever you finish this, like whenever you're doing the hands, which we might be doing, excuse me, might be one of the bags we're doing tonight. I'm not sure. They, for some reason, leave them unarticulated. Like, and I know the old Transformer toys, they were like that, where it was just like a fist and that was it. So but like with the Legos, you could make it so like he had individual fingers and stuff, and then they put it together, like they put a piece across so that the hands all stay together. And it's like, well, why would you do that? That's just silly. I'd want the fingers to be separate. Some of these pieces out of the way so we can see what we're doing. Hi everyone who is here watching. Glad you could join. Welcome to the JonnyBuilds channel. I'm Johnny, of course. And this is what I'm building. And let's see, one of these right angle things. I like these things. They're neat little pieces. Alright, now we gotta put some smaller shafts in. I got a lot of these bumpers over here. Hi, Jerry. Yeah, I know. Dan ruins everything. But again, we'll apologize for him. He's Canadian. So. Alright, so that's how these are looking so far. And so shows it going on to here. Bottom part. Okay, there we go. There we go. And now we're going to do the other side of the foot, looks like. Skatey punchy. For those of you who don't know, that is the what? Teach everyone your extensive knowledge about Canadian culture. Come on. There we go. It's not the same thing as an antler cow, right? Ice hockey and beer. Yep. Skitty punch hockey for men. That's right. Alright. Starting to come together now. It makes a little bit more sense what it is, or at least how it goes together. Alright, little tiny apparatus to put together here. Looks like little tail lights that we're putting on, little red. And 2 more of these things on either side. Oh no, that's fine. Totally get that. Must be busy modeling your latest part of your build, huh? In Conan. Or dying, one of the two. Ooh, alright, so now we're going to actually cover the foot, it looks like. A bunch of little slants. Hard to see again with these, the dark blue. But, yeah. 'Tis what it is. Oh, Conan's down. What did you guys do to it? Well, I'm glad you joined. I don't mind being second fiddle to Conan. Alright, so this goes right here. Oh, look at that. That turned out pretty good. Connects well. Look at that. Looks nice. Alright, gotta do another one. Oops. Got a couple more bumpers to put on too, it looks like. Alright, there we go. And 2 more of these bumpers, and then so these go into here. Oh, these are gonna be, this is gonna be able to support it so it doesn't slip, just like a lot of the other stuff that I've done recently. Yeah, see? That way he can stand on a table and you've got these things to help it grip. Alright, so we're going to be putting these on in a second. So Jerry, what did you have for dinner? I'll ask you that since everyone else seems to have not eaten yet, including me. Go. Alright, so we're going to transform him back into robot mode. And get these up in here. So it doesn't matter which way, which side. Nope, it does not. And there's 2 of these joints here. Come on, slip in. There we go. They are kind of flexible though, so that's cool. Ooh. There we go. Alright, so... Oh, look at that. They are flexible. They do move. Alright. So there we go. Alright, so we've got... Does it move sideways? Yes. So the whole foot moves sideways so that you can kind of spread out the legs a little bit. And then turn the... turn them a little bit so that the grip works. So there we go. Alright, let's raise this up a little bit. There we go. Da -da -da -da! Optimus. Well, the legs are done. Alright. So there we go. We've got Optimus standing there on his own. That's right. He needs a hooah, you know. And we're going to do the fuel tanks. So those are next. And then that'll be it for this bag, I think. And this one's also a 2x, you know, do 2 of them. So I will do them at the same time. He does stand. Look at that. That is a power stance for sure. Once I get these fuel tanks done, then here I'm going to move this down a little bit so it's easier to see what I'm doing here. And then we'll have this camera look at the power stance. Boom, reboot. When in doubt, reboot. There is a little bit of info here on the next page, so once I get these finished, I will put them, I will say what it says. Whenever I go to put these on. What is that called? Is that called dapping? Ooh, look at these chrome pieces. I love the chrome. Look at that. All shiny. It makes it shiny, very shiny on the camera. So this guy that created this version, well, the only version of Optimus Prime that exists in LEGO, at least officially, he had worked with Transformers before and stuff, so kind of neat that he got to do this. Hopefully it's the first of many. I'll be in trouble, but I'm okay with that. There we go. That's looking like a fuel tank. Alright, so these go, which one? Okay, so it's saying on this side, this one. Okay. Well, welcome, absolute best Transformers fan. I am glad to see you and glad to see that you are joining us to look at the absolute best, #1 and only official LEGO Transformer. And I hope there will be many more. Welcome to the stream. Let's see what it said. Silver drum lacquered LEGO elements were added to the faceplate, shin vents, fuel tanks, and side mirrors to match the feel of the original toy, which had chrome details. I remember that, and I wish I could find my G1 Optimus, because he had a lot of chrome details. He definitely did. Alright, so there we are. So, we've got him standing here, looking pretty cool. And that's bag 6. So, we've got our fuel tanks here. I do too, and actually here, this is something that I was thinking about. If you look in the instructions, the very first instruction, the very first inside page has Optimus, Bumblebee, Megatron, and Starscream. So I'm hoping they do those. I'm hoping that that's kind of like they do an initial like, hey, let's do 4 of these and see how people go. I mean, like, I think Optimus is a smart first go, but I think those 4 would be a good starting point. I think that would be absolutely fantastic for them, for a new series type. So, all right, bag 6 is done. That didn't take too long. We're gonna hit the bag 7. I know, Bumblebee would be the best. That would be like a lot of people's number 1. I'm seeing printed cool elements like there. Because they do go at it like cats and dogs. Yes, I agree. I think that would be fantastic. All right. So, being that we have printed elements here, and I know the printed elements seem to go on the here, I think we're going to be doing some arms. Actually, looks like we're going to do a bunch of the front, too. So, Starscream, they're all iconic. I mean, certain ones are more iconic than others, but, like, anything that would be one of the classic Transformers would be iconic to just do, which I think is funny that they called this now, this whole line of building icons as opposed to what it used to be, which kind of interesting, but it makes sense too. All right, so it looks like we're gonna do not the arms yet, but we're gonna do like the faceplate that goes here. Wow, that's a lot to spend. I have an original Jetfire in the box. The one that transforms into a ghetto blaster? That is a crippling addiction, trust me, I understand. I have that with Legos. Which is why I have the Millennium Falcon, I have the AT-AT, you know, it's an addiction, but it's such a fun addiction. Really, really, really is. Well, I'm glad you showed up. I'm glad you came to join us. What I really think would be cool is if they do a bunch of these, whether it's like, you know, Bumblebee, Starscream, Megatron. Megatron is your ghetto blaster there, Dan, I think, if you're thinking like the pistol. And then they do like those 4, maybe they do Soundwave with a couple of the tapes like Ravage and Laserbeak, and then they decide, you know what, let's do something a little bit more complicated, because, you know, as like a UCS type thing, because they've done, and I have, Voltron, and Voltron is 5 individual things that you put together. They're lions, they don't transform all that much, but they put them together and form Voltron. And I think it would be cool to do something like the Constructicons and do Devastator. Oh, my absolute favorite character, my absolute best favorite character, that would be Jetfire. Jetfire is absolutely the one that has the Ghetto Blaster? If you're talking a gun, that's not Soundwave. But anyway, yeah, my absolute favorite is Jetfire. I love Jetfire. Probably because he kind of combines elements of Robotech in his transformation, along with like you know, the regular look and feel of a Transformer. So yeah, Jetfire is my favorite, and I have him, like I said, he's in the box. That would be a cool one to do as well. That would be a cool Lego. Maybe that's something I'll do on my own. Who knows? I have to get a lot more Legos in order to do that, though. Or if you're saying Ghetto Blaster, are you saying like if you're saying like the oh, what am I trying to think of? Like a boombox, then yeah, that is Soundwave, absolutely. But it depends on what you mean by a Ghetto Blaster. Right. It's kind of what I'm thinking, so it just depends. Oh, okay, then it is Soundwave. Okay, yeah. When you're saying Ghetto Blaster, I'm thinking Blaster, I'm thinking gun. So that's why I'm thinking Megatron. So, yeah, Soundwave would be... Yeah, Shockwave is more modern. He turned into a bit of a jerk. Through the comics and stuff. You crazy Canadians and your strange way of talking. That's the problem. Alright, need to put this down. This is our grill. This is going to go right here. Or, whoops, upside down. It's going to go right there. But I got to do some other little things. Oh, I'm doing the side little wings, I guess. Shockwave is a cool looking gun, though. Oh, Beast Machines, yeah. I didn't watch that nearly as much, just because I was getting older. I was more of a G1 person, that's for sure. Well, they did Voltron, which is original. That's before they did the Bandai Megazoids and all that stuff, which essentially copied Voltron. But, you know, to each their own. But yeah, that would be cool too. I mean, they did Voltron, so why not? I was never a big fan of... There we go. Oh, that's looking cool. I was never a big fan of the Power Rangers, but I was too old for them. Blaster. Yeah, I remember him in the cartoon. And he was definitely the dollar store version. But he was alright. I always wondered why it was the the Autobots always had just like the cars, and then like as cool as they are, it's just like they're just cars, whereas the Decepticons all had like the jets and everything like that. Always frustrated me. I'm like, come on, you guys need to get something. So whenever they first got Jetfire, who was kind of the first jet, not the first one because they had a couple of smaller ones, but then the aerial bots, those were cool. Yeah, Beast Wars has not. I mean, and that's to be expected. I mean, it's older CGI, but it was, for the time, it was awesome. There you go. Yeah. He was? What was he in Power Rangers? I didn't know that. Alright, now we're gonna... Oh, I gotta get a decal. What was Rowan in that? And again, I didn't watch Power Rangers, so I probably won't know. I do enjoy that group, though. They are a lot of fun. Whoops. Looks like a cat decided to knock over my thing of my cup of Legos because they were playing around. Whoops. I'll have to clean that up shortly. But it'll keep them out of my room now. Right? Transforms into a gun. Some costume bad guy. Oh, okay, so he was kind of an extra. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I understand why they do it. I just always thought it was funny that it's like, oh, hey, you know, Autobots, we're gonna win. No, they've got the military bite. You know what I mean? I always thought that was just kind of interesting. All right, decal time. So there are two of these. One is I guess the robot mode, which just automatically happens in the cartoon, and one is the truck mode. So I kind of feeling like I'm just gonna keep one of them on. Let me get my super tool. Oh, did you? Yeah, exactly. There we go. Look at that. Came out pretty good. All right. So that goes onto the front here. Yeah, get out of the way, and like no one moves. Yeah, I love old style animation and stuff whenever it comes to things like that. There was one in Oh, well, thank you very much. I very much appreciate that. That you know, I'm obviously trying to build my channel and just have some fun building some stuff and showing things that not necessarily everyone is able to get to enjoy on their own. So, you know, I try to give them something different, something interesting to be able to look at. So I appreciate that quite a lot. Speaking of what you were just talking about, I remember in X-Men, the X-Men cartoon, there was a part where they're going after Master Mold, and he's starting to climb up out of the place that he's sitting, and they're sitting there yelling at each other while it's happening, and he's like, "Hey, you're stopping me! Get out of the way!" And like neither of the characters are moving. It's kind of amusing. I love old style cartoons like that. And two more lights. And I will definitely be checking out your channel, by the way, Absolute Best Transformers fan. And seeing what you have to show. Alright, here we go. That actually looks pretty cool. Once it gets in there. Oh, look at that. That looks fantastic. That is a cool front. Oh yes, I know. The G2, yeah, it's completely different. Alright, now it looks like he has a nose. Big giant nose. Let's put these down. So these fold in. And this... Ah, okay. So there we go. Oh, look at that. It fits right onto here. So, oh, look at this. So this, right here, this part fits on. Just perfect. Look at that. Ah, that's great. All right, I'm even more tickled by this. The way that things have come together. That is so cool. And the fuel tanks only go so far, as they should. And then they go this way. Oh, and they lock both ways, kind of. So that way they go that way. Oh, yeah. This is awesome. I like when things like this work out. Yes, it does. It actually does. Here, I'll show you. So, unclip that. We'll lift this up out of the way. All right. So, and I haven't done this part of it yet because I just started doing the feet today. So this rotates around. That goes up. The feet go down. And they actually lock in to each other. Just like old style transformer would. The fuel tanks go sideways. And then this. Oh, and it does lock. It has like a little lock right there. And that goes there. So obviously I haven't done the arms yet, but there you go. So that's him as a truck. So, and then this is where the head actually goes, and then that flips over. So yeah, he does transform. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to get this, is because he actually transforms. They made it so that this happens. They did a lot. I know I've seen some videos where people are like complaining a little bit about how everything looks and goes. Oh, this, you haven't seen this yet either. Hold on. This is kind of epic. What goes in there? So they kind of thought of everything. Matrix of leadership will go in there when it's done. So yeah, it transforms. They've done a fantastic job. All right. Put it back to robot mode. Yep. This is... I am very tickled by this, though. Put the head back up. Fuel tanks. Feet. Open up. There we go. And I gotta fix this. There we go. Alright. So there we go. So he's back to standing. I'm still standing. Yeah. Ultra Magnus just thinks that he needs to use that for everything, and then, yep. Though it was awesome because you got to turn Hot Rod into Optimus Prime, so it's good that they did that. Alright, so now we got some more of these clicky... I love these clicky joints. These are awesome. I'm going to have to get me some of these in order to do... I kind of want to do the trailer. So obviously it doesn't come with the set. But I kind of want to make my own trailer that kind of goes with it and like folds down and everything. I think that would be really awesome. I was a kid in the theaters. I cried. I watched Optimus Prime die, and that was... I said this last week even, when I was talking about it a little bit. I remember the commercial for the Transformers the movie where they even asked the question, does Optimus Prime die? And you don't know, as a kid especially, because you've been watching the Transformers for a while, you're like, no, you know, he's... And then he dies. And it's like, oh, no! Spoilers, I know. Alright, let's flip that over. Oh, we're putting more of these brackets on. Yeah, I loved the 80s. I loved growing up then. Good times. We had the best stuff. Alright, that goes on the end. Alright, so we put this down. Yeah, that was a traumatic moment for me as a kid, that's for sure. Especially since you had been so used to seeing him on with the cartoons and everything, and it was like, oh man, what the heck? My childhood was shattered. You were born in '86, you youngin'. Now I feel old. Alright, so this one goes here. Alright. Oh, the smokestack. Looks like. Again, I love all these chrome pieces. So, so cool. Boop, boop. Don't want to see the slot, so I'm going to turn that. There we go. And we put the next one in. And now we're going to do another interesting thing. Put this together. Put that there. And then this goes all the way through. Look at that. That's a smokestack. And we're going to put this on right here, it looks like. Oh. All right. Well, shoulder, anyway. So, okay, so you like you say you about died watching Beast Wars. What about Beast Machines? Because that was later, and I know they improved the animations a bit. I know over time they slowly improved on things, which makes sense. I never Beast Wars I saw some of, and then I never got into Beast Machines, and I think it just went from there because I know they have things like the Transformers begins with an A. Oh, really? They look that different. I never knew. Yeah. What is it? Transformers Armada? That's one that I recall that they had, and so again, I just did not have time to watch all those things, but that's awesome. Yeah, yeah, that's awesome that you dedicated yourself to doing that. That's high praise right there. High aspirations. All right, I think after we finish this shoulder, I think we will be done for the night. Simply because I cannot continue talking just from the type of weekend it was and everything, and so, but we'll be close to our time. Yeah, I was gonna say I think yeah, Beast Wars I think was in a weird place, whereas Beast Machines. That's funny. It's worse than you remember. Ah, that's hilarious. I do remember them transitioning from the Beast Wars to the Beast Machines. Like, it was something that they did. Whee! That thing was just rolling away. Interesting. Unless, there it is. I was gonna say, kind of missing a piece, but there it was. It was hiding. Yeah, it's just kind of like, here they are. That just, all right. All right, so let's do this and get this on there. Now we'll do our last smokestack. Interesting, they put this one on a little differently than the previous one. Okay. This goes here. Now we do our... There we go. Smokestack done. And we put on the other arm. There we go. All right. So, Optimus Prime is looking kind of badass. And I think I put those the wrong way. So I'm not done. I put these going the wrong way. I was like, why is there more exposed? Alright, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. 48 minutes, 41 seconds roughly to get bags 6 and 7 done. Alright. He is looking amazing. Transformers anime, I never even heard of that one. Look at this. This is looking awesome. I am absolutely tickled with how this is turning out. It is looking just just amazing. It is everything I was hoping it would be. Well, that might be one I'll have to check out, that's for sure. But yeah, so the arms, see these actually, I don't know if you can hear them or not, but they actually click. So lots of flexibility with this that, you know, can do posing and stuff like that. That'll be neat. So yeah. This is great fun. I am really enjoying this. Here, we'll do the transformation. Let me put the safety first. Put my little helper tool away. We'll do one last transformation. This is actually going to be a little bit more complete now. So let's lift this up, move these where they should be. Turn that around. That together. That kind of clips in, that folds down. And these go on the side right there. There we go. All right. That's looking more like a truck. I guess those can go sideways a little bit too. There we go. Oh yeah, I know some of those places like Tubi and Pluto and some other places, they have those too. So look at this though. That is looking great. Optimus Prime is in the house and he is almost done. So we got the last bits here, the arms. The rest of the arms and kind of the back end stuff here. As you can see, it's quite open. And then the head will get done, and then all the extra little thingies like the Energon axe, which he hardly uses. The Matrix of Leadership, I know there's a thing of Energon itself, like an Energon cube that you make. So wow, he is looking phenomenal. And it's so smooth the way it goes together, like the way it transforms and everything. All the components and everything are just that smooth, you know? It's really something. So I am excited to finish this. Not in a rush, but I am excited. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. Oh yeah, for sure, because he's all square, you know, so that completely makes sense. I'm glad they picked this as a first outing for, hopefully a first outing for this stuff. So, yeah, that's it for tonight. I appreciate everyone joining. Thank you so much for tuning in and continuing this journey with me. It's been a lot of fun so far, and I can't wait to finish this up and just do the final transformation and have everything, you know, happen all at once. Like I said, this is really smooth. I'm so impressed by how easily everything moves, but it also locks in place. It's been so good. I like it. I do hope they do more of these. Thank you for joining. Yes, absolutely. I appreciate the like and the follow. Like I said, I'm trying to build the channel, so, you know, send people my way that are curious about Legos and Transformers and stuff, and, you know, anything, because that's what I do, is I build, and I have fun with it. So thanks, everyone, and it's been a lot of fun, but our time is up, and until next time, keep on building.